Hey everybody, it's Michael here with another Eagle's Nest video. Today I have LowKeyMeta, who's the they went X1 today in a 4-round tournament, 3 wins, and they played Beelstar. And I just thought the deck was very interesting and wanted to interview them for deck profiles. So LowKeyMeta, how are you?
I'm doing really well. How about yourself, Michael? It's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. And congratulations on topping today. Uh, do you have like just so people know what kind of a player you are, what kind of TCG gamer you are, like what kind of background do you have in TCGs?
Oh, sure. So when I was at a fairly young age, I'll say around the age of 10 or 12, I started collecting into Yu-Gi-Oh! And that was pretty much my introduction to TCGs. I played that for quite a few years, quite around like 2020, so I still collect, but I've pretty much learned this game from right before when BT8 came out. I was learning on tabletop sim with my buddies and could not understand it for the life of me.
Did you choose Digimon just because you're a Digimon fan, or is your friend just introduced you? Like what got you into this game specifically?
Honestly, I was interested in the game at first because I thought the mechanics were really cool and unique compared to what I had played beforehand. And I saw my friends playing it, and I wanted to learn, and they taught me. I've actually learned a lot more about Digimon through the TCG. I didn't grow up on it traditionally. I was more of a Pokemon kid.
It's neat. All right, so we have your deck list here. It's a Beelstar focus deck, Three Musketeers. To start here, you have the egg that you get in BT25. Standard four of. You've got the Gazimon. It's got a great when moving effect, also on play. But I think do you usually use this Gazimon as it's when moving or it's on play? What's your target with this guy?
So generally speaking, he is going to be better to Evo in the back. Obviously, if you can get the Sparrow first, that's your ideal target. But having both is fine. Still having the wind moving, hitting the option means you can start to chain up the line, going into scope hunt for free at a Black Auto and extending from there. It's just your worst on play search of the deck, so I'd rather just Evo it in the back.
Okay, and then if so, just to ask, if this is your worst search in the deck, why play more Gazi than Toyagu?
Because I want to see a good rookie in the back more often than I want to hard play one.
Right, so having something to Evo over it's more valuable than the on play because it's got a dual timing. You could either move it or play it. All right, so then we could look at the level fours here. You're going all the way back to BT21 with Scopemon. This card, it is pretty good in Three Musketeers, and Bandai did plan ahead with that. Are you linking this card, or are you just on play or digivolving it? Like, what value are you getting out of him?
Not gonna lie, half the time I forget you can link this card. It really does not come up too often. The better applications of this card are being able to go into it from free for the egg, then tuck something to gain a memory, meaning you can basically do your five on top of it, being the Lady Debbie for free, and then chain up the line. But there are definitely times where you can either hard play this guy from the trash to start slamming and going into Beelstar, or even on deletion for the Lady Devi inherit, playing it on your opponent's turn to steal back the turn and then make a line.
Then you have a Blackout here. This card has a lot of text on it for a level 4. I think this is an example of power creep in the game. Uh, is this your main target for Asuna? How are you getting Gato out usually?
So generally, you do want to evolve into it when you can. Obviously, using the egg if possible. Sometimes you'll just evo it in the back when you already have the tamer out to be able to promote and guarantee doing the warp into either one of your other three musket megas or the Beelstar. Um, this is a custom card. Being able to warp gives you access to a lot of lines that the deck didn't have before. Using the when to evolving or on play to play another tamer
Mhm.
also just accelerates the pacing of the deck. It's very strong. It's definitely the best level four in the deck we've got so far.
Yeah, and there's some math to the deck too. It's like since you can now warp into your level 6, playing so
Mm-hmm.
many level 5s is not that important as you only have 6 total, and you are maxing out on your Asunas here. So this one card is changing the way the deck is built a little bit. Okay, then we have level 5s. Lady Devi. Obviously it's the better 5 just by you playing 4 of it and only 2 Satellamon. Is this card a really good upgrade for the deck too?
Yes, 100%. Before in EX7, we were playing like the what was it, the Gigadramon, that if you hit one of the options off like the top three of your deck, you got to pop a 3 cost tamer or something.
Maybe it's
That
this
card
one.
never came up. Yeah, and then the Megadramon's just bad and not worth reading. This Lady Devi lets you get up into the line so easy off the Scopon.
Hmm.
Being able to either use the 4 cost Asana to Digivolve into it from the trash if you pitch it early is really good. You can do it for cost -1, so for 2. Using its effect, you can even do more memory manipulation, tucking underneath like a Hurricane Screw Shot. So when you trash it from the secondary effect, you can gain a memory, then using the Beelstar Fly Bullet from the trash. And evoing up your line for very cheap.
Then we have
While getting
oh, sorry.
while getting the full access to your removal on the Beelstar Fly Bullet, which is very important.
And then Satellamon, it's another app Mon deck, but it does have Three Musketeers text here. Uh, Again, you said maybe it's the same thing. You don't really use Scopemon's link effect. Maybe you don't use this guy's link too much either. So it's probably all on the. I think I did see you play. Did you on play? You just hard play this guy in a game one time, right?
No, I did Digivolve into it though.
Oh, you never hard played it. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're digivolving into Satellamon. You're getting protection from the digivolve. You're tucking cards into your the source. What else do you do with this guy? You trash a card and you digivolve something else. But more, is this guy good in the deck because you're getting protection and you're interacting, or is it good because you're getting the trash effect of the option that was trashed?
So more often than not, you are just using it to be able to trash an option.
Hmm.
However, depending on the matchup, it definitely can help. There's a lot of stuff with Digivolve right now.
Like
So being able to
Volcanus,
get the
yeah,
protection is potentially good. You've got Volcanus, you've got Beat Break, you've
some
got
other
Reboot,
Atmons do
which can
it.
be a little weird. Yeah, exactly. This card rewards you a lot for sequencing as well. So you can do either the secondary effect first to trash an option. If you don't already have another option in trash, then trigger the effect of your option. If it's like Der Blitz to
Hmm.
devolve their guy by 2, then tuck it right back underneath to get the protection effect. So you can get a lot of value out of this card. Lady Devi is still your best level 5, so you really only want to tunnel into this one when you either need the removal or you're afraid of what your opponent's deck is trying to do, whether it's
Okay.
Digivolve or bouncing it to hand or deck.
Is there a world where you just cut the Satella, only play Lady Devi, or do you need the Satella?
I've seen a lot of people cutting it down to 1. Personally, I do think you still struggle a little bit when not being able to see Black Gato early. So I like the extra option to be able to Evo up the line a little bit easier than on the 5 level
Okay.
5s.
And then you've got a variety of sixes here. Is there one that you want to focus on to start?
Yeah, let's talk about the Magna Kidmon.
Okay.
So I was just talking to Kupo, I think last night about this, because I had expressed how I don't really like Gundramon right now.
Hmm.
It seems good in theory, and the idea is that you never think it's going to survive. You're just tucking an option, so whenever they do get rid of it, you can hopefully get value out of the option, which your best one is always going to be Dirt Blitz. My 2 problems I have with Gundramon is even how good the math is in the deck. You won't always hit an option off the top, even in 6 cards. It's just a game of variance. So we were talking about another Mega to play, and he mentioned the Magna Kidmon to me. And this card's been kind of a meme in the deck for a while. It was played originally, but you'll read the first effect and then look at how you play the deck and how much like card draw and cycling there is.
Hmm.
You're usually not going to be at a low amount of cards in hand. If you can achieve that effect to draw extra cards, that's really good. But it's actually just there for the end of turn effect to get the extra aggression. Your best play with this is being able to warp off the Black Gato while having the Tamer out, using Bind Red Trigger to trash your opponent's top security, tuck it
Hmm.
underneath, then end of turn get the sec +1 and swing in. So you do 3 checks in 1 turn.
Right. So you could draw like up to if you have a like a one card hand, well, it's probably not going to happen. Maybe you have four cards in hand. Maybe you could be drawing two cards off of it.
Yeah, you potentially draw like 1 or 2 cards off of it, so it's okay value. It's just a one of because we don't want to see it all the time, but if we see it early, it's pretty good.
then you were saying you weren't totally happy with Gundramon, so I guess the Magna Kid took the slot of your second Gundramon. And then let's talk about Gundramon then, since you started mentioning this guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, what this guy's a blocker. He's got some protection. You can protect any of your Three Musketeers Digimon by trashing an option, and you get to do the Machine Dramon kind of thing where you look at the top six cards of your deck and you could tuck something that you found. But you're saying there's not enough options in the deck for that to be consistent. Maybe if you really like the strategy of Gundramon, you could cut down on your Tamers, but then you would make your Black Auto not as good, or you could cut down your Satella, but then you miss on Evos sometimes. So there's like uh, a hit and miss kind of thing to it. But anyways, you went with one of them. Gundramon's protection. Is this card what decks? Like think about is it like Medusa? Like what kind of decks are you? Is this guy saving your butt from?
So basically, the decks in the format that don't have access to easy D Digivolve, the ones that do, you have to tunnel through the Satella line to make this guy really have good value. Um, Honestly, best value for this card is when I can have Beelstar up as well, because Beelstar will normally be the target they're going to try to get rid of. And if they try to get rid of Beelstar, I would want to be able to use the Gundramon protection. So I think Gundramon at 2 can still personally be very good. It really just depends on what you expect to hit. I think it's the best one to go into against the Angels matchup. They do tend to swing early, so having the blocker out when they can't get rid of it on the level 4 is pretty good. The one thing is they do have access to easy Digivolve with the Shakuamon, and they can put it to security with the Junomon, I believe it is. It puts it to top security, and then you trash both players' security.
We have Junimon here if you wanted to look at it. Yeah, so by placing one other Digimon, so you could choose yours or your opponent's as a top security card, trash both players' top security, and then when all turns, when one of your securities is removed, you could play out a 8 cost or lower Digimon from hand or trash.
Yeah, in theory, Gundramon could be good in the match if you almost always guarantee to hit Bind Red trigger. So as soon as they try to get rid of it, you trash it to pop one of their level 4s. But even then, that's only really good early when they're like promoting on their first guy. Maybe they only have another body out. So I
Mhm.
think it's a little too situational to want to play more
Yeah,
right
it
now.
seems like it's a high roll on its own just to get into Gundramon before they're attacking you, and then you also have to find the bind red trigger on the 6 cards. Let's go into Beelstar, the namesake of the deck, if not for Three Musketeers. This is the new card. It counts as an option or a Digimon. It's got blocker. Actually, it's not the only blocker in the deck. There's more than one blocker in the deck. So, is this the reason you're playing the deck, or is it just one piece of the reason you're playing the deck? Like, how good is this card? How do you rate it out of 10?
Oh, 100%. This is a custom card. I would be hard pressed to give any card a perfect 10 out of 10. I will say for this deck, this is like a 7 out of 10. This is the best Beelstar we have printed for the deck. It's a crazy card. Dual cards coming out of this set, obviously, they're very strong. Being able to just delete my opponent's highest level Digimon when most things don't have access to protection from option removal is really good. Being able to sequence this in a way where you can do effects like the secondary part, trashing like a Dur Blitz to de-Digivolve before you use an option as well for stuff that hasn't protection against like de-Digivolve, is really good. This card rewards skill expression.
It's cool. Are you winning games against all other decks with this card, or do you need other cards to win some certain matchups? Like, what's the strongest matchup and the worst matchup for your Beelstar?
Um, Worst matchup due to pacing right now is definitely Angels. Second is probably followed by Beat Break because Beat Break has a lot of natural aggression. While they don't have protection from your guys, unless they do like Habakiri and you don't have access to the Digivolve, they normally have a lot of follow up with either the Tamers or E-Pulse being able to play guys for free. And sometimes you just give them too much memory and they just go up another whole line. And usually, if they break your board at that point, if you've already rebuilt once and don't have a guy in the back, they will probably kill you off of it and not give you the time to rebuild again.
Okay, then we have the last level 6 here, Beelstar X. It can evo over any of your uh, Three Musketeer level 6s. So this girl's, what's her strong suit? Like, why do you play this as a 2 of?
The OTKs, you only need to see one though, because if you trash it early or you head out of security, you can evo into it from the trash by using the 4 cost asana.
This one,
Uh,
okay.
yeah,
And then how does the
and
OTK work? You're trashing their
yeah,
security?
yeah, basically. So you can do, I believe it's like 3 or 4 checks alone with this. When you have the Beelstar out, you have the Pagumon underneath. If you can go Beelstar to play Bind Red Trigger,
Hmm.
trashing their top security, you tuck it back underneath. This sequencing's off, but it's okay. Using the other effective Beelstar to unsuspend. Once you tuck back underneath, you can use the effect of the egg to evo to Beelstar X for free. You can play another Bind Red trigger from hand, putting them on like 3 security there. You have when Digivolving on the Beelstar X to trash 2 of the options. You pop whatever they have on the board. They're just their highest level and trash top security. So they're already at 2. Your check goes through for 1. And if you have 2 more options, it's not once per turn. So you just one attacking, trash 2 more, and swing through at 0 for game. It's a crazy strong combo.
It's good. And then you have the options here. Are these the only Three Musketeer options that you can choose from other than the Beelstar herself?
So they are not. There is one more in EX7, Chaos Triangular. And we've looked into playing that card before. So at its very worst, while you have a 3 musket out, adding 3k DP to the maximum deletion means you can always delete a 12k, which is probably the best value part of the card since you're not always going to want to trash it just to get plus 3k DP until the end of your opponent's turn. I do see a world where we would play this to give Beelstar 15k going into the opponent's turn. Then when they can't out it because they have DP based removal, that it
Hmm.
actually stays up as a blocker. That is one thing I will say about this deck is I never make Beelstar expecting it to live. I'm using it to try to break my opponent's board
Hmm.
and then hopefully accrue enough resources to go back through the loop and go into another one. Because as
Okay.
soon as you hit 4 cost Asana and Lady Devi, you can usually just keep going back into it.
So you see the Chaos Triangular as more of a defensive card that synergizes with blocker, but on the other hand, you don't really care about defense because you're rebuilding so quick that you just want to
Yeah.
clear their board and make them run out of answers for you. So you have Der Blitz that can do three. All these can do three things, right? So Der Blitz is the main to delete the lowest play cost. When it's trashed, it de-digivolves, and when it's hidden security, you delete an opponent's again with the lowest play cost. With Hurricane Screwshot, delete a 3, 4, and 5. The security is the same, and when it's trashed from the source, you gain a memory. I think you mentioned the memory part. You like that a lot. And then Bind Red Trigger, the main trash your opponent's security card. The security is different here. Delete an opponent's Digimon with the highest DP, and when it's trashed, delete an opponent's Digimon with 7,000 DP or lower. So uh, what's the sequence where you could win the fastest? Like, what do you want to open turn one, play out, and then turn? Is it possible to win on turn three? Like, what's your fastest win condition if you drew perfectly?
If you drew perfectly, there is probably a way to win on turn 3. I have not been able to get that lucky. I think the quickest I've done is probably a turn 5.
So it's more
Generally
of a
speaking,
control deck, right?
I would say it's control aggro because as soon as you get rid of their board, you want to try to push as much damage as possible. You do want to see binder triggers early.
Hmm.
There are a lot of lists on 4 of this card, and it's really just dependent on how you want to play the deck. Since I'm on the 1 Magna Kid, I feel like the 4th binder trigger is a little unnecessary because it can almost act like another copy of it, and even doing another additional check. The only thing is to be able to do the OTK, you do need to see multiple copies of binder and trigger. So you do have to potentially manage them a little bit differently between having one in hand and having one in trash, for like the Beelstar duel.
All right. And do you have any closing comments about the deck, or do you made any shoutouts to make?
This deck is really cool. I've literally been playing this since I got my boxes of BT25 and opened my cards. It's so fun. I've been no lifing this. I will be playing this at the end of the month of my local regionals. Hoping to do well, hoping to miss into Angels and play and have a good time at a beat break. It's just a good time. It's a really fun play pattern. It's not a loop deck, but you just get recursive value being able to do your lines, and it's super fun. It's aggressive when it wants to be. It's a little controlly. You get best of both worlds. It's really cool.
Yep. So again, congrats LowKeyMeta for top three placement at Eagle's Nest today. That's you right here, and we'll see you again later for some more tournaments. Congrats.
Awesome. Thank you very much.